Hello folks, it's Dave here, and today I want to take a little bit of time to give my response to the recent Transformers Legacy Evolution reveals from Hasbro Pulse Con. So before I start, I just want to take a quick moment just to say thank you to you all for continuing to watch my videos, liking, subscribing and commenting. I do love it when people comment. I don't talk about this stuff a lot, but I just want you to know I do appreciate those interactions. That's the reason I'm doing this, is because I love being a part of this fan community, so thank you guys. So moving on to the reveals. First of all, they showed off this great piece of artwork, promo art, so I just want to pop that up here and show it, and that's got me really excited because along the bottom we've got a whole series of Junkions that obviously are going to be coming out in this line. You know I love my boy Retgar, I've got Junkie to go with him, and now we've got loads more coming and I can have a nice Junkie on display, and yeah, so I'm very excited for that. More on that later. The first toy reveal we got was Core Class, and this is Slug, and he looks okay. I'm not really into the Core Class, but for what it is, a lower price item, it is okay. There's some issues with in the bot mode, you've obviously got limbs hanging off the side of his legs, the alt mode limbs there from his Triceratops mode, and in the in the Triceratops mode there's a gap under his belly. But yeah, lower price point, smaller toy, obviously just a bit of fun, and it looks quite good overall. And then we've got the next one was Sludge, and again, looking at him, looks like a bit of gapping in the alt mode, bits hanging off him in the bot mode, but overall, for a little fun, kind of lower cost, lower price point, although all the price points are going up, but still a lower price point than the others. Not bad. And the interesting thing about the dinos is that they are going to make them into a combiner. So we're going to get a small Volcanicus. Volcanicus doesn't interest me really, but the idea of having perhaps some G1 combiners in this small size, that lower price point, because it is quite expensive to put together a bigger combiner like Legacy Menasor, because obviously you've got the Commander class Motormaster and then the 4 Deluxes to get together. That comes up to a pretty high price point. Doing something at a low price point, smaller, simpler toys to make a small combiner, something that you can have on your desk and mess around with, that's quite a nice idea. As I say, Volcanicus wouldn't be the one for me, but if we get say a Defensor in future, that might be something that does interest me. So yeah, so that's those. And then the last of the core class we got was Soundblaster. That's a repaint of the core class Soundwave there, and comes with a buzzsaw cassette. Not much to say about this. Does look good, nice and clean in his bot mode, looks quite nice in his alt mode. But again, the core class, just not for me. I've got my larger version of Soundwave. I'm happy with Siege Soundwave, and didn't bother getting the smaller one, and again, not interested in getting Soundblaster personally, but he does look nice. Okay, so we'll move on to the Deluxe class, and this is where things start to get more interesting for me. First of all, they revealed Breakdown, the last of the Stunticons. Now, I'm not collecting the Stunticons, and I'm not going to be getting this guy either, but I will say his bot mode I think looks pretty good, looks pretty tidy, looks nicely detailed, and yeah, looks authentic to his G1 appearance more or less, so no real complaints with that. The alt mode, I think if they'd been able to get something that looked more like a Lamborghini, then I might have actually been interested on this, because I do like my Lambos. But yeah, they haven't gone that way. They've done something different, and yeah, it's not going to be for me. And I think if you are just getting this to complete a combiner, it's going to be stuck around the back of the leg anyway. Perhaps not a huge deal, but it is a shame that we didn't get something perhaps a bit better there. So yeah, so that's a pass for me. But the next one is one I'm definitely interested in, which is Scraphook. And this is a brand new Junkion, and he's going to have a modular design, so he can be taken into pieces and mixed up, used as a weaponizer, mixed up with parts from the other Junkions, I think, to make different vehicles like we've seen in that promo art that we showed at the start. He looks really good, tidies up nicely in bot mode, I think, there. And he's got a hook hanging off one arm, like a spiked cog type thing on the other arm. He's got pipes coming up off his shoulders, nice face sculpt, just looks really, really good. And then the alt mode is just Mad Max Mater all over, and I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to get that one. I will be picking it up. I will say I haven't pre-ordered this one, but I'm expecting to buy it. I'm not really doing a lot of pre-orders these days. I'm trying to pace myself, take my time picking things up, and obviously cost of living factors into that, limited space, things like that. I just want to try and build my collection slowly over time, but I definitely do want to get this, definitely interested in having more Junkions, so we'll be grabbing that one when he comes out, when we can find him in stock. The next one is an Armada Universe Hotshot, and he's interesting. I do quite like Armada. I've got my Armada Skywarp over there, that's a very good toy. I have the Armada Universe Starscream, should be arriving with me soon. And yeah, I think on Armada I do prefer the Decepticon designs to the Autobot designs, but Hotshot is quite cool. His bot mode's interesting. I think the upper half is pretty good, but the lower bit with the legs looks a bit untidy to me. Just a bit of junk on the back of the leg and some pretty obvious gapping on the inside of the legs. Overall, I would say it's good, and I may still end up picking it up. The alt mode is interesting. I like that you can take the engine block off the front of the car mode, and that's his weapon. I like that he's got the gimmick where his wheels can pop out and form the cannon over the head, and he's got the little mask. So there's some good playability there, and I know my little boy would love this. He really loves Hotshot. So yeah, that's another good one. And the next one, just scrolling through here, very excited for Needlenose. Cannot wait to get this. This is the one that I have pre-ordered, the only one that I've pre-ordered out of this whole wave. As I say, I think the whole wave is really good, and I will likely end up picking up most of them, but this is the one that I'm the most excited for, that I've been waiting for a Needlenose to come out, really. I've got a Spinister and a Quake on my shelf, and this will complete the trio, and really cool. And I think his bot mode looks fantastic. The head sculpt with like the knight helmet on, and yeah, just the shape of him overall is really good. The colours look really good. Some nice detailing on there. I like that he comes with his two little target masters, and yeah, they're super simple, but they look really good. And I cannot wait for this. The alt mode, again, he's got his legs obviously hanging out underneath him, but overall it tidies up very nicely, and it looks like a nice jet, and actually having a bit of a chunk there to hold on to and swoosh him around is going to be fun. So I am entirely happy, really, with what they've done with him. I think he looks great, and I can't wait to add him to my collection. Okay, and that is the last of the Deluxes that they showed us. And then we move on to the Voyagers. The first one they showed us was Leo Prime, or Leo Convoy. This is another one for the Maximals, and he looks really good. Actually, in his bot mode particularly, lots of cool details around the chest and the lower torso and the crotch area. Nice bits of paint, nice detailing, some nice detailing down on the lower legs. The claws look good. Overall, that bot mode, really nice. Obviously some bits hanging off his shoulders, which you'd expect with this character, and off his forearms, but that's kind of to be expected. That's how he is. And overall, yeah, I think in that bot mode looks really, really nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting him or not, but I do think he looks good, so we'll wait and see on that one. The alt mode is interesting. Yes, there's been some criticism of the lion face, and I kind of agree, it doesn't look the best. But overall, it's fairly good, and really, I wouldn't be displaying him in that alt mode at all. It's all about the bot mode with this one for me, and I think that looks excellent, really. My only concern is perhaps if there could be some of the yellowing issues we've recently seen with other Transformers, and yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. That's definitely a wait and see for me, but I do think, yeah, he looks good. And then the last one was a Voyager Class again, and this is IDW's Tarn, and he looks absolutely brilliant. Some of the photos they showed him, it looks like he's got some really nice articulation on him. The details on him are fantastic. The face with the Decepticon insignia for a mask, the treads on the shoulders look really cool. The bits of like gold paint around the knees and the feet, and the contrast of the purples, blacks and greys just looks really good. They sort of did a turnaround of him, and he cleans up really nicely all the way around in bot mode, and yeah, it looks really poseable and very good. And then this alt mode is just so cool. Just that tank mode, and sort of the outer treads, then the inner treads, and sort of the sharp looking bits on the front, and all the guns and everything just looks really, really cool. And yeah, as I say, I haven't pre-ordered him, but I'm almost certainly going to end up picking him up. I do want to get more Decepticons in my collection, which is quite Autobot heavy at the moment, and I think I'm going to be doing some shelves that are just legacy Decepticons mixed and matched from different continuities, and I think that'll be just a really fun thing to have on display. And I can see Tarn definitely being a good part of that, so he's almost certainly going to be one I end up getting. And that was it for the Legacy Evolution reveals. We did get one more reveal later on, which was the Soundwave from Shattered Glass, and he looks really good too. He's come from a repaint of the Netflix Soundwave mould, and yeah, it's a really nice paint job and all, but I haven't gone in on Shattered Glass until this point, and I'm not going to now. But I will say, if you are into Shattered Glass, this looks like one of the better ones overall. It's a very cool design. He's got a weird headband thing on. Yeah, and the white and the blue, it all works really nicely together. And I can see why a lot of people would be super excited for this guy. So yeah, that is all of the reveals that we got, and that's my thoughts on them. And as I say, overall, what a fantastic looking wave. I can see why a lot of people would just want to grab all of them, because I think they've done some fantastic work. This is probably one of the strongest waves overall, I think, that we've seen. And yeah, and although I've only done the one pre-order, I can definitely see myself picking up most of these down the line. So yeah, let me know, guys, what you think of these reveals, though, down in the comments. I do love to read those comments that you put on there and get into a discussion with you about these things. So please do leave a comment and let me know what you think. And I will talk to you again soon. Thank you for watching this, guys. Bye for now.